What's going on, y'all? Every day means every day. Episode number 6. And in today's episode, I need you to make a decision. I need you to make a decision. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about a decision in the way that most people think about a decision. See, when most people think of a decision, what they're really thinking about is a choice that's based on temporary feelings, right? Like when you wake up in the morning, your alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. You've got a decision to make. Do you hit snooze or do you wake up and go about your day? That's not really a decision if you're having to think about it over and over and over again, day after day after day. That's a choice that you're making in a temporary mindset based on the feelings, the circumstance, and the situation that are affecting you in that moment. Because a real decision means that you never revisit it again. There is no willpower involved. There is no negotiation process in your mind because the decision has set a standard that you are forced to abide by for pretty much the rest of time. Okay. The reason that I say that is because the actual definition of the word decide means to kill off other options. That's the literal definition of the word, okay? C-I-D-E, the suffix of the word decide, is the same as the suffix in the words suicide, homicide, etc., meaning, literally translated, to kill, okay? The word D, the prefix DE, and the word decide means to separate from or to cut off from. So the word decide literally translates to killing off other options. So when you really make a decision, there is no thinking about it later on when the next time that choice comes up. It's just already done. Those other options are dead to you, Mr. Wonderful Shark Tank style. It's just dead to you. They ain't coming back. There really isn't a choice here because you've predetermined in your mind, here's how I'm going to handle this situation moving forward. So when I say I need you to make a decision, understand I'm talking about a decision that's going to last a lifetime, not just a fleeting moment. Now, what do I need to make you, or what do I need you to make a decision about? Easy for me to say. I need you to make a decision about what part of your spirit you're going to contribute to your life and to the lives of others. I'll say that one more time. This is important. I need you to make a decision, a lasting, real decision where you cut off any other options in terms of what part of your spirit you choose to contribute to yourself, to your life, and to the lives of everybody else around you. Here's what I mean by that. I was speaking to the Ohio State cheerleading team maybe 2 years ago, and I know I'm a go blue until I die kind of guy. I was a Michigan alumni, got 2 Big Ten championship rings with the University of Michigan. However, if you write me a check, I will come speak for you, okay? And so Ohio State University, they brought me in to work with their cheerleading team on some mental performance, motivational speaking stuff. And I said, listen, we've all seen a team that is just made up of a bunch of ragtag misfits, and all of a sudden it's like they go out there and they win everything. And they don't look like they should, but they just win everything. They mop the floor with everybody. We've also seen the exact opposite. We've seen teams that have all the 5-star recruits, that have all the talent in the world, and they just can't seem to put it together, okay? What's the difference between those two teams? It's not talent. It's not skill. It's not ability. It's the spirit of the team. One of those teams is just saying, you know what? Come hell or high water, we're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to work harder than anybody. We're going to sacrifice more than anybody. We're going to be more passionate, more energetic than anybody. We are just going to put forth a level of effort and intensity and intentionality that no other team is going to put forth. Okay? The other team thinks, I think I can get by with my skill. I think I can get by with my talent. We're just going to coast through this thing, and I think that it's going to be enough to win it all. Here's the difference. That team spirit, the difference between the two, the spirit of the team is comprised of the spirit that each individual athlete, in this example, is contributing to the team. So what I was telling these cheerleaders was, listen, I'm not saying that you're not going to feel fearful every once in a while. I'm not saying that you're not going to go back to your dorm room after a really hard practice and say, man, what am I even doing this for? There's nothing wrong with that. You can't control your thoughts, but you can control the thoughts that you give power to. And so it's not a problem if you have doubt, if you have fear, if you have hesitation, if you have a moment of a lack of confidence, if you have a lack of competitiveness, a lack of stamina. If you have these moments, that's okay. You're going to feel that stuff. The decision that you have to make is, are you going to contribute those fearful, lower, lesser parts of your spirit to the team? Or are you going to contribute that part of you that is confident, that is a hard worker, even when you don't feel like it, that is aggressive, even when you feel like the world is against you? What part of your spirit are you going to contribute to the team? And what I told them was that even if you're 99% unconfident and you got 1% of your spirit, 1% of you that is confident, contribute that part. It's a choice. You get to make the decision. Which part of you are you going to contribute to the team? Because it's the aggregate of each individual's contributions to the team spirit that will then create the overall team spirit. So in your life, for you as an individual, your life and the spirit of your life, the story of your life is going to be an aggregate of all the individual little contributions that you make to it. So again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with coming on hard times. There's not anything wrong with occasionally experiencing some doubt, some anxiety, even some depression. You're going through it in one way or another in a certain area of your life. There's nothing wrong with that. It's completely normal. However, you have a decision to make. And what I want you to do is from this moment forward, just make the commitment. You know what? Even though I don't feel good and I don't feel good about myself, I'm going to go look myself in the mirror, and the part of me that I'm going to contribute, what I'm going to tell myself, is going to come from that place of confidence, of self-love, of self-respect, of self-admiration. That's where I'm going to choose to get my self-talk from. When I'm interacting with other people, you know what? I might be at my wit's end. I might be completely short. I might be angry. I might be frustrated about something, but I'm going to choose to contribute the part of my spirit that is forgiving, that is graceful, that is dignified, that works with other people, that seeks to understand, not just to respond. I'm going to choose to contribute that, even if it's 1% of me. 99% of me is completely pissed off and just sick of the situation. That 1% of me, that's what I'm going to contribute to this situation in this moment right now. If you can make the decision, something that you're not going to have to think about again, something that you're not going to have to consider or ponder again, something that you've just decided, this is who I am and how I operate from this point forward. There's no looking back. It is what it is. When you can do that, people say people don't change overnight. Nonsense. Nonsense. People only change in a moment. People change when they make a decision in one moment, and that decision lasts because they really meant it as a decision. They really meant that they were killing off the other options. They really got rid of it in their spirit entirely. They didn't even think about it from that day forward. People only change in a moment. It doesn't take you 20 years to change. It might take you 20 years to get ready to make that decision, to really separate from that lower part of yourself, because there must be a death, right? You've got to kill the lower version of you who does contribute that ugly part of your spirit to your own life and to others' lives, or the person that you could have been and the relationships that you could have had and the impact that you could have made, that dies. There's going to be a death one way or another. It's either the old you or the potential you. One of them's dying one way or the other. You got to decide which one it's gonna be. Contribute the part of you that is the better part of you, and do that every single day, because every day means every day. Hey, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like the video, and consider signing up for our Everyday Means Everyday app. You can check it out at everydaymeanseveryday.com. We'll see you on the next one.